Coming up on the Get Loud podcast, of course, we're going to recap that dominating performance against the Titans.
Victory Monday!
On the house phone, we got voicemails and a new jingle.
Oh, and we got some wild boys. Oh, my.
And the story is coming.
Of death.
How you doing, everyone? It is the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek, the official primary ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. Find tickets to Commanders games and more at SeatGeek. The man, Fred Smoot. I'm Michael Jenkins.
Michael Jenkins. What's up, brother?
My man.
How you doing, brother?
I'm
on this
good.
Victory Monday.
It feels good.
To get back on the good foot, right? You know, because we were so high. Then we went Death Valley. Then we went back to the mountaintop. You know, that's the ebb and flow of a season. And that's what I try to tell people. Like, if you're on a roller coaster, you don't really care about the smooth part of the roller coaster. It's the dips and it's the drop.
It's the ride.
And the ascension that makes you anxious. By the way, I do not ride roller coasters anymore. I have nothing to prove in that category. Took my kids to Busch Gardens. I think, like, it was the last time I rode, about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And they had this new ride, and my kids, you know how they challenge you. Dad, I bet you won. And I'm like, come on. I closed my eyes the whole time, and at that moment, I said, never will I ride a roller coaster again. I'm too old for it. Stomach can't take it anymore. I don't want that thrill anymore. So I don't do the roller coasters anymore. I just go to the thing, pay my money, watch my kids ride rides, and I leave.
I almost died on a roller coaster once.
Oh, talk to me about it.
So Six Flags over Texas.
Yeah.
I don't even know they have this roller coaster. It's an old roller coaster. I bet it's
The wood? Was it wood?
No, I've ridden that one. This was called the Judge Roy Scream. And it was just like this. But they used to have this thing, I don't know if they still do, called Holiday in the Park. So my friends and I, home from college, you go to Dallas-Fort Worth in the winter, it's still pretty warm.
Yeah.
No lines.
Yeah.
So I remember my friend Brandy and me and some other friends of ours were there, and they put down that safety bar.
Yeah.
And as the roller coaster was starting, I could still stand up.
Yeah.
And I was like freaking out. And I was like,
It didn't latch.
It didn't latch.
Yeah.
So I hooked my arms like this, like under the latch.
Yeah.
Terrified. And I remember we got up to one top and we started to go down.
Yeah.
And
And
it
it
started to
popped
push me
up?
back.
Yeah.
And I started to fall out like this. And my friend Brandy grabs the back of my jacket and pulls me back to keep me back in my seat. And I finished that ride. And she's like, we looked at each other. She's like, you almost died. I was like, yep. Not great.
Never again. Did you ride
Never again.
one
I
again?
have not. Nope. Done.
All right. I got one like that about, you know, the one that they have at all county fairs, the pirate ship. You don't know the pirate ship?
Oh,
When
I
it's
know
just
the
one
pirate ship. Those
All
are
right.
terrifying.
Listen, I rode this pirate ship in Jackson, right? And you know it gets to the point where it looks like it's about.
The tip.
Yes. So it scared me so bad that I just get on the floor. I'm holding
just
it
laying back?
I'm like, listen to me. At what point does the thrill seeking stop? For a grown man or a grown woman. At what point do you not need to be pushed to the brink? You see the edge? Right there. At what age is it okay to say, it ain't for me no more?
You know, you don't have to prove anything to anybody.
I
When you have a
don't.
moment like that, you're like, that's it for me. This is my peak right here.
This is my peak. I'm fine with that. I'm a grown man.
Yeah, so the roller coaster we like now is the NFL roller
Yes,
coaster.
yes.
Let's do your hot ticket. Presented by SeatGeek, the most disruptive idea in ticketing. A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. And
yeah.
you're right. Like, I thought this was a culture one because we've talked about this. We've heard about it. DQ has improved the culture, the locker room. Culture's always great when you're winning. It's always good.
But it's tested.
But this is when it was tested, and they came out, this Commanders team, from the jump.
I think it
Not
was
even
the
close.
most complete game they've played for this special teams, offense, and defense.
Yep.
Like, I thought it was the most complete team. A complete team win. I thought different guys made different plays at different times. It wasn't like we really leaned on this guy for as much as B-Rod rushed 100. Chris Rodriguez was
great.
6 yards from 100. Like, so at the end of the day, I thought it was the most connective win that we've had. But I got to bring the group up, man.
Do it. I don't even know the answer. You were talking about this group. I'm not saying the group, and I don't know the nickname.
Yeah. All right, think about this.
Okay.
Nobody gives the big uglies any love. The guys that smell like bacon. Football is a trench warfare game. You win championships when your offensive line dominates the defensive line and when your defensive line dominates the offense and the quarterback. These guys usually don't get any press. You don't usually see people wearing Sam Cosmi jerseys in the stands. They just go out and they do their job, and they do it like a rock band. If they ain't all in sync, all of them will fare bad. So the offensive line gets my MVP of this game. They dominated from the start to the finish, all right? Like I said, ain't sexy, gets no love. At the beginning of the year, I started calling them because I seen some glimpse of greatness.
Yep.
I said they are the piglets. You remember that?
I do remember this.
Yeah. You know what happens when you let a piglet out into the wild, right?
Wow.
He reforms back to his like he's not domesticated anymore.
Right.
So the hair comes, the tusk come, and he becomes a wild boar. All right? And that's what I'm naming this group. The wild boars. All right? And this is what I got to tell you about the wild boars.
Okay.
If you run into a wild boar in the wild, run. All right? Because they will devour you. They eat anything. Carnivores, they will eat any and everything. By the way, I want to tell you who the wild boars have consumed and ate so far.
Okay.
All right? It was this abominable snowman walking the woods by the name of Miles Garrett. The wild boars consumed him.
I was trying to figure out where this was going.
Yeah, they consumed him. All right? Don't you understand that? Do you remember Big Sexy Dexy Lawrence and the dance he do, the Sexy Dexy? Consumed him. All right? Consumed him off the bone. All right? T.J. Watt, God's gift to pass rushers. Consumed him. Ate him apart. Jeffrey Simmons, my old bulldog, consumed him Sunday. Didn't leave no meat on the bone. Thought he was the wishbone at a turkey dinner.
Lick the bone clean.
Listen to me. That's what wild boys do. They consume. Trey Hendrickson, he at the top of the league in sacks.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell when we played him. Wild boys consumed him also. All right? Who else we got? Brian Burns. They just gave him $140 million. Consumed him. All right?
It's like you're telling a horror story.
I'm just saying.
Consumed him.
I'm just saying. Every time we play a team's top pass rusher, interior, on the edge, this group of boars consume these people. Even one of our guys that used to be our brethren, our cousin, the lone man, Montez Sweat, consumed him. So what I'm telling you, when this team is great, the wild boars are demolishing people. You look at the games, the Cincinnati game, any game that we had a blowout, this offensive line sets the tone. When we won championships, we had the Hogs. Could the wild boars equal up to that?
You know, it's funny you say that because the older I've gotten, the more I've learned about the game. And you clearly know a lot more than I do, but I appreciate, you know how it is when you're younger, you look at the skill positions,
You
right?
look at the stars.
Yeah, you look at the stars.
Yeah.
But the older I've gotten, like when I was watching some college football this weekend, I was like, look at that O-line leaning on these dudes. Look at the Commanders
Imposing they
leaning on these
will.
guys. Like it's late, the defense is tired, and these guys are just moving the chains. Like the running backs are doing their job, but the reason why they're able to do their jobs is because the O-line up front is just mauling people, and I love that.
270-plus yards rushing. Don't care who's touching the ball. Jaden Daniels, Chris Rodriguez, all right? B-Rob. Don't matter who's touching the ball. They are creating holes for these guys to run through. Big as the cave, Sung Dung. All right? All right? All right? These guys are...
Is that the Vietnam cave?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to check.
That's the cave that has its own clouds, its own rainforest. It has a river. It has everything in it.
And then if you look in the distance, there's a Starbucks.
You most definitely, because it's a Starbucks everywhere, right?
Yes.
There's a Starbucks everywhere. I went to Antarctica, it was a Starbucks there. Like, that's just what it is. It happens. But this group some people, if you got to watch the game and you watch the all 22, if you want to see a masterpiece, watch these Wild Boys. They are the reason that Jaden Daniels is able to score 4 touchdowns yesterday.
Yep.
They are the reason why the running game dominates people. They are the reason why Scary Terry is getting even scarier. All right? They are the reason for the season. People don't like to look at this because we had a flashy quarterback and a flashy OC. Hate to tell you this, we're really a glorified Georgia Tech, 1996 Nebraska. We are
you're talking about a running team.
We are a running team. Look at the games that we've blown people out. It starts with the run game.
Yep.
When we didn't have the physicality of B-Rob during the Ravens game, the offense didn't look right. When we didn't have that physicality of B-Rob during the Philadelphia Eagles game, the offense didn't look right. All right? Because it all starts with the running game that opened up the play
1000%.
action. So, hey, it's all about the big uglies to me. Tell me, do y'all like the name the Wild Boys? We running with it. I'm finna get some Wild Boy shirts.
Oh, sell those bad boys.
Yeah.
B-Rob, 103 yards.
Yeah.
Chris Rodriguez, 94 yards. And to your point, early in the season when this team was winning, their yards per carry was so much
Sky
higher.
high.
When it started dipping, all of a sudden, this team became one-dimensional. It wasn't the same. But that running game unlocks everything else.
No, it unlocks everything, and it's defensive, too. All right, when you run the ball, you keep the other quarterback on the sideline. Now you getting into, remember, early in the year we were having 16-play drives, 14-play drive, 13-play drive. That take up a half a quarter. Like, that's controlling the game and controlling the narrative, and you do that with the Jacobys of the world. You do that with the Chris Samuels of the world. You do that with guys that win one-on-one matchup. Coleman has exceeded expectations.
Oh, yeah.
Lucas has been a godsend. He's one of the guys that he's been constantly good for a long time and just gets no love.
Yeah.
All right? These guys are a symphony. When you go to a ballet and you see everything look the same, that's what you get with these guys right there.
And isn't this the same formula that we saw early in the year? All of a sudden, just dominating up front, running game getting it done, Jaden being efficient, and then converting on 3rd and short on a regular basis.
And 4th and short, and whatever you need to do, that's controlling the trenches. And it's so funny how the year of the running back is back.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it because every time you try to devalue a position in football, it only comes back to show you, and especially this time, Jenks, think about this. November, December, January, the running back is the most important person on the team. All right, because if you can't run the ball, think about that. You watched that Buffalo game last night.
Yep.
In that snow.
Great.
You got to run the ball when it's like that.
Yes.
The weather has dictated and taken away your all-world quarterback, and now you have to run the ball between the tackles, and that's the difference. To see Saquon be God's gift to running backs, oh, my God. And King Henry run downhill, and James Cook run that ball. Don't forget that Kansas City has not been passing the ball well. They've been running the ball, all right? Pittsburgh can run the ball, all right? So at the end of the day, if you cannot run the ball in the NFL, you cannot achieve. 50 passes don't work. All right? It don't work anymore.
Especially, imagine you're a playoff team trying to put a game away. You got the lead. You've got to
run the ball.
You've got to run
You
the
got to
ball.
close the ball.
Yes.
Like it's the closer. It's to maintain a game, and it's to dictate a game. That's what the running gets you. And when you're leaning on people like B-Rob and Chris Rodriguez lean on people, you start to see DBs crawl off the field, and here come they backups, only for them to get ran off the field. Like it's physicality at its finest.
Call us on I was going to say the voicemail. Call us on the landline.
Yeah, the
My
house phone. The house
phone.
phone.
703-726-7419. 703-726-7419. Producer Anna is here. Always gets shout-outs in the comments.
Hello.
Anna, hello. You have some voicemails for us.
Ooh, yes, Victory Monday voicemails. Always fun. First exciting little voicemail. As you all know, we've been trying to think of a jingle, and somebody left us a message with an idea for a jingle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. We always love
Hello,
ideas.
Michael and Fred. Hi, my name is Annette Brown, and I love listening to you all. Fred, you crack me up. You are so funny. And you all, both of you all are good together, and I hope the show keeps going on. But I wanted to see if I can sing this song about the number, which is 703-726-7419. 7419 703 726 7419. I hope y'all take that into consideration. Thank you. Love you all.
Beautiful.
Love you too, Annette. Thank
Love
you.
you.
I think we should make that our official telephone jingle.
I know, it was so cute.
703.
Ooh, you got it in you.
726
Ooh.
7419.
Yeah,
Well
let's do
done.
it. That is
Love it.
now the
I think that's
official
the official
jingle.
That's the one.
Congrats,
of the
Annette.
Get Loud House Phone Podcast. Thank you so much.
It's such a beautiful voice. I feel like it's going to be very hard to live up to.
Yeah.
All right,
Wow.
next one, kind of segue the discussion. Let me see if I can.
Fred Jenks, this Willie Redskin, Sussex, Virginia. First off, I'd like to say, give my girl a happy birthday. And today is her birthday, December the 2nd. Love you, baby. But back to them Commanders. We did our thing yesterday. Jaden was awesome. B-Rob was awesome. The defense played lights out. Let Grandma cook. Let's go. We got this bye week. Let's come out this bye week hitting on all cylinders, raising hell is what we talking about. Let's go, Commanders.
First of all, happy birthday to his wife.
I just want to say,
Happy birthday to his girl.
we have a personal message for his wife.
Yeah,
Smoot loves you.
we all love you.
I love you.
Hey,
But nobody loves you like your man. Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday.
December the 2nd, 2024, and many more. Like, wait to throw it.
Many, many more, baby.
You know, most definitely, he's going to let his girl see this podcast. I mean, to this.
That's a smart man.
Yeah.
Baby, you gave me a shout out?
You let the world know you love me.
on the Get Loud podcast.
On the
Of
Get
all
Loud
places,
podcast.
we're honored.
Listen, I'm an
Great
ordained.
call.
I'm an ordained minister in the state of Virginia.
Oh,
Yes, I am.
If you guys aren't already married, are you saying that you will renew
I
their
will
vows?
marry them.
Or marry them?
Yes, I have married people before.
I've officiated 3 weddings.
Huh?
I've officiated 3
Really?
weddings, yeah.
Why do our friends do this to us? Like my dad is a minister. So when I told him I'm finna marry a couple people, he was like, "You finna be a man of the cloth?" No. No, I'm ordained to marry people in the state of Virginia.
Or if you want to renew your vows.
I can renew your vows in the name. In the name.
Great call.
Hey, most definitely, man. I like when people share love, especially because in the holidays, it makes people want to come together. See, that's why I wish we had this holiday feeling for all 12 months of the year. No, think about it. The food holidays are the love holidays.
Yes.
The alcohol holidays are not, we come together, but it's not the same.
That's like every Friday for me.
All right, think about it. We go from Thanksgiving, very family oriented,
Very much.
to Christmas, the ultimate family oriented, to New Year's, I'm on my own.
Yeah.
They're like New Year's, like really changes the holidays. And see, me myself, I usually don't show back up till like February 15th.
You
Like,
take a break from
everybody.
your friends.
Yeah, from everybody. Like,
So let's pay some bills. That's a perfect
why
segue.
not? The Get Loud podcast is brought to you by the Bet365 app, officially sport bet partner of the Washington Commanders. Bet on a range of NFL markets with the Bet365 app. Craft for your own personalized bet slip with parlay. Access thousands of games with live streaming. Place your bet before the match or during the game. It's up to you. Download the Bet365 app today and join 80 million members worldwide. Age 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Virginia. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER and MWAA. I just left this place. We don't travel to escape life. We travel so life doesn't escape us. We dream of any place in the world, and in a blink of an eye, we're there. That's the wonder of flight. All you have to do is decide where to. Dulles International Airport. Let your imagination soar. Book your adventure today at flydulles.com/nonstop. I was just in Dulles last week.
I was there a couple days ago.
Yeah, as I headed to the Chi-Town, to Chicago, where I enjoyed myself, and I ate patellos and I ate Italian sausages,
Ooh, that
and
sounds
I ate
great.
deep dish pizza. Chicago,
Great city.
Where do you rank them in best food in America, best food city?
Honestly, I have not. I love Chicago. I've been there a handful of times, but I don't think I've eaten enough around the city to be able to rank it.
It's top notch. All right. New Orleans, number one.
Oh, man, New Orleans is amazing.
Number one. This is where things start to get shaky, right? Because New Yorkers love to bring up the fact that it has every type of person in the world. So
New Yorkers think they're number one in everything.
In everything.
In everything.
All right, but then you got their counterpart, L.A., who I don't know why L.A. think they good at food when everybody's in there is fasting. I don't understand. Everybody's eating bean soup. I don't know. L.A. has dropped drastically. Now, underrated.
Give me your best bean soup.
You know what I'm telling you. You know what you're dealing with over there. A lot of gluten-free in L.A. Now, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay.
Very underrated when it comes to food. Memphis, Tennessee. Very underrated when it comes to food. Arizona.
What?
Nobody ever talks about Arizona.
Yuma.
Nobody ever talks about Arizona. Great food in Arizona.
Really?
Now I got to ask Anna this. What about Colorado? Because right now, me and you been going back and forth about Colorado the last couple of months, and y'all really ain't good at anything.
Okay. That is simply not true.
All right.
First of all, I would just like to acknowledge all of our Coloradan fans, the few. I'm stand in solidarity with you. And the reason
I
is
asked you the top Coloradans, and you gave me
but somebody in the comments had like a great list, and it was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Wind, and Fire.
Apparently,
I would have never thought that.
Yeah,
I would. That would have been one of my last guesses as far as states, but Earth, Wind, and Fire.
We had some
legends.
Okay, great musicians, some great athletes. Okay, wow. Moving on. It is beautiful. Okay,
Food scene.
We have great beers. Big brewery place. Lots of microbreweries. That's our
true.
strength.
Food.
As for food, we have good stuff.
All right, what's the food that Coloradans hold up and say, this is ours? Because Mississippi, it's the whole pig.
I
I
like
will
the
say
good
this.
generic, like, as for food, got good stuff.
Moose.
Good stuff.
Okay. Here's the thing. So, like, I struggle to say this because I know there are many states where they like pride themselves on this food. We have some good barbecue places. I know you're going to be like, well, it's not as good as Texas. It's not as good as these other places.
No American, blue blood American, has ever flown to Colorado and said, I am here for the barbecue.
But we do have, we have Palisade peaches. We grow very yummy peaches in Colorado. People are surprised by that. Okay, stop looking at me like that. I'm not going to say that our food is terrible. We have good food. It's just nothing special. No, in the Palisades, we have peaches.
I thought the Palisades were in California.
No, she said they got.
Oh, no.
They're
I'm
known for
scared.
barbecue and peaches.
Okay.
I would rather have my barbecue from Mississippi, Memphis, Alabama,
Colorado-
Texas.
Ever had Colorado's world famous peach barbecue? It's
Nobody
delicious.
has.
Yes, Palisade, Colorado. We have Palisade, Colorado. Okay, but I wouldn't say we have like a food unique to us. Like when people moved to Colorado,
Mountain oysters.
yucky. Those are gross.
Yeah.
Those
Unique
are
to
gross.
Colorado, though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Colorado-
But see, think about it. The
Rocky Mountain.
DMV, you got Maryland and VA. Maryland is the blue crab.
Yep.
Right?
Okay, well, we're landlocked. We can't help that. We're
y'all
landlocked.
got mountains and fresh water, but you still got stoves. You got stoves and kitchens.
That's true. That's
What
true.
about bison? Buffalo burgers?
Yeah.
Ted Montana Grill. All right,
Oh, that's good.
one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
yeah.
All right, Virginia is known for its blue crab also from the watershed, but also known for their Virginia ham.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Right? Then you got Florida, known for its Caribbean food. You got Georgia, known for its soul food. North Carolina, known for its barbecue and its white barbecue sauce. And then you have Colorado.
I love they're going through every state.
No, I'm just saying. And
Colorado.
like Wisconsin is known for cheese.
Cheese.
All right, cheese and
Nebraska, corn.
beer. Hey, like everything has its thing. Like Seattle. You want to talk about an underrated food scene?
Oh, the seafood scene in Seattle is
Hey,
no
Okay.
joke.
Seattle has some of the best seafood in America.
I'm on Reddit, and that people are asking what kind of food is Colorado known for, and people are saying green chili.
Oh my God.
This is
Bison.
like,
Yeah, no, it's not that exciting. Like bison, and
me and Jenks are from places that
it's the craft beer. It's the craft beer.
we
really.
are from places
Yeah,
that
on craft beer.
they
That's
eat,
we got.
they eat so much where we're from
Yeah.
that they kill themselves eating. Where
Well,
we're from.
Colorado's very skinny. It's a skinny state.
Liquid diet.
I can tell.
Buffalo burgers and craft beer, man.
Yeah, and peaches.
I was gonna say, are we gonna talk about Bobby Wagner and
We should.
him?
We should mention this.
Yeah.
Now has over 100 tackles this season. The second player this century with at least 100 tackles in 14 consecutive seasons. Joining our man, London
El
Fletcher.
Capitan.
Captain Big Fletch.
Oh, Big Fletch, London Fletch. You know what? I don't know if I'm happy more to see Fletch record get broke. I'm
It's not
happy to
broken
more to
yet.
see who's done it.
It's
Like-
not broken yet.
Oh, it's not?
London has achieved 14 seasons
And this
of
is-
100. This is Bobby's
Oh, I
13.
thought he tied him.
So they've tied for 13. He's
Yeah.
So Bobby's the second
Bobby got
player
some more football in
this
him.
Okay.
century to hit 13 games with 100 plus tackles.
First of all, that's Goliath with Goliath.
13 years, sorry.
All right, and here go the one thing that I have to say about this. We can say this about Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
They basically already put the gold jacket on his shoulder. Damn shame, Hall of Fame, that we're talking about London Fletcher in this light, and he ain't got a yellow
Isn't
jacket
it
on his back.
unbelievable?
Just damn shame what y'all do, how y'all do it, the politics of it. I love Devin Hester. I have always admired his game. I thought he was one of the most explosive return men in the game. His numbers don't even sit close to Brian Mitchell's. What are you thinking? This ain't no popularity contest. This is supposed to be, the Hall of Fame is supposed to be filled with history. I'm supposed to be able to walk through there and see who was the best in their time. And in our time, London Fletcher numbers are better than Ray Lewis's. I'm just telling you. I ain't make this up. I don't make the news. I just report it.
Just look it up.
Just look it up. So what's the problem? Jacoby, Joe Jacoby, one of the most decorated offensive linemen, Super Bowl winning people, a part of the legendary Hogs. What are you thinking? I love Joe Thomas for the Browns, but Joe ain't did what Joe did.
right.
So what I'm saying is, what's your logic? What's your logic and what you waiting on? So now I have to make these shirts, damn shame, Hall of Fame.
And you know what's interesting too is there are dynamics at play which don't immediately come to mind. Like, for example, with B-Mitch, special teams have always been a big part of football, but only now is the Hall starting to recognize there are some guys. We're inducting Devin Hester. Even he's acknowledging, what about these guys who were huge on special teams?
Before you, Eric Metcalf.
Eric
all
Metcalf
these
was
guys.
amazing.
Yeah.
And with Ray Lewis, let's be honest, Ray is so
He shows
boisterous,
me.
right? Like he's doing his dance before every single
Yeah.
game. He's always yelling, always in the spotlight, and that's fine. Ray promoted himself as much as anyone, and good on him.
and nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. London was not that type of guy.
No.
But the acknowledgement of what he was doing during his playing days suffered because of that. And that's not on London. You shouldn't have to come out and be some sort of showman. It should be about what you're doing.
Thank you. And let's understand this. 14 years and didn't miss a game? Do y'all know that alone should get him in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. I mean,
That alone.
and at that position,
The Iron Man of Munoz, he never missed a game.
Anthony Munoz.
That's why they said, no, we got to get him in now. Well, guess what? London Fletcher ain't never missed no game. I done watched this man play, and I know something is broke on him. You're like, you've been with a player, you're like, yeah, something ain't right. But he just keep on grinding through it. So at the end of the day, he won't be his own mouth. I'm forced to be the mouthpiece.
Well, good for you. Get those T-shirts made. And since we're talking about linebackers, we're talking about Bobby Wagner. He was great again. Frankie Louvu. Let me tell you, Frankie Louvu was a problem on Sunday.
Frankie Louvu has been a problem all year.
What a signing.
Man, it reminded me of the signing of Marcus Washington.
Oh, yeah.
When we brought Marcus Washington, a.k.a. the good doctor, he brought size, pass rush ability, and intensity. All right? And that's what Frankie Louvu is bringing. He's bringing this intensity. And one thing I always tell people about intensity, it's contagious. All right? Guys that don't like to talk, like a London,
Yeah.
start to open up and now start to be looser. I was always that guy that brought that type of intent, but I was also one of the people that made people just relax.
Right.
Let's go play football. Let's go do what got us here. All right, let's go peek out right now. And that's what Frankie Louis, man, he's Tasmanian devil.
You know what I always think of when I think of Marcus Washington?
What?
Marcus Washington, great guy.
Oh, I love a good
As you
doctor.
know,
Ain't but one good doctor in this world.
And I knew a dude who worked with him, a lot of football players back in the Redskins days, right?
Yeah.
But this guy, I'm not going to give away his name, he loved to name drop.
Yeah.
I mean, constantly.
Yeah, guys do it all the time.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, which is cool. Like, I mean, it's cool. Like, I know a lot of you guys, it's
By the way,
awesome.
I know Morgan Freeman.
Man, you're so cool, man.
Yeah, I just want to drop a Mississippi
So
name
I
on
was
you that
telling my
know.
girlfriend at the time, I go, 10 seconds over under
Yeah.
as to when he name drops.
Yeah.
He comes over. He goes, hey, man, how's it going, Michael? I'm like, good. How you doing? Tough night. Clock's ticking, right?
Yeah.
You go, oh, yeah? When Marcus Washington tells you to take a shot, you take a shot. And I was like, wow. It was like 7 or 8 seconds. Incredible.
You know, I was like, you know when Obama tells me to take a shot, I'll take a shot, you know? Everybody has those
it's
guys.
funny.
Everybody, I got a homeboy that loves to do that, and I just shoot him down every time. I'd be like, I don't care.
Right.
Like, I don't care. Do you think that beer tastes different because he gave it to you? Like,
Right.
Anybody could have gave you that beer. I think you glorifying that beer because of who it is.
Right.
Yeah, like I got a homeboy would just call me in the middle of the night. All us got this homeboy. Jenks, you know this. That's single in his 40s, no kids, never been in a long relationship, never been married.
It's almost me.
Yeah, never been married, and he just living La Vida Loca.
Yes.
I got a homeboy, and
I know this guy.
He calls me and he's, what you doing? Dude, it's 12:30 at night. I'm at home. I can hear the music in the background. So I'm not even finna say what you doing. I'm
Right.
not giving him
Right.
that. He like, well, if you want to know, I'm at the club with Young Jeezy. Yeah.
But
So if you having so much fun with Young Jeezy, why are you calling
right.
me?
Why don't you enjoy
Yeah,
Young
like,
Jeezy over here?
You know I'm bored right now. Like,
Right.
what are you doing to call? Are you calling to rub it in?
Right.
And tell me you in the kitchen right now? Like, what are you doing? Like, I can't understand people sometimes.
And there's a difference between just telling the story as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
and that person happens to be involved, as opposed to I gotta make sure this person.
No,
knows
I
that
gotta
I'm
make him
yeah.
know that I know this person.
Exactly.
I understand when you're in your youth, it builds you up.
Yeah.
Make you look like your world is bigger. But as we get older, I don't really name drop.
Yeah. Let's give some attention to Dante Fowler.
Why not?
Man.
Reborn.
I think that's the perfect way to put it. And it took him, you know what I really appreciate about guys like him? Jeremy McNichols is another guy.
Yeah.
Now, I know Dante Fowler was a top 5 draft pick
Yeah.
back in the day, but didn't have success initially.
Early.
Bounced around a little bit,
Yeah.
and then kept grinding, and then found his spot, found his lane.
Fan is home. It ain't nothing like a defensive player to find him. He's coordinator. He loves Quinn and Witt's defense, and reminds me of one man game, aka Lorenzo Alexander.
Yep.
Lorenzo was what we call a late bloomer.
You gave him that nickname, right?
I gave him that nickname, one man game, because I watched the game that he played in. He played tight end, offensive tackle, D tackle, outside linebacker, and all the special teams in one game. And I was like, dude, you the one man game. I have just watched you play all 3 sides of the ball. I just watched this dude play all 3 sides of the ball. I said, that's unbelievable. So I had to give him a name worthy of it. But then Zoe changes his body from a defensive lineman body to an outside linebacker pass rusher body. He loses about 57 pounds.
Did he really?
He lost 50. When I saw Zoe, when he came back from Buffalo,
Okay.
he was just a head and a neck. All right? Wasn't no body there. I was like, dude, what happened to your body? I changed what I eat, changed everything. Went from 290 to 230.
Okay.
That's unbelievable. I like, you on Ozempic? I didn't know what it was. Like, I didn't know what it was. But changed his body and then started just layering Pro Bowls. At the end of his career. Very similar to what we're seeing with Dante Fowler.
Was he the most, outside of London,
Yeah.
but Was he the most underrated player you ever played with? Who was it?
Well, I don't think Lorenzo was underrated. I think it just took Lorenzo a little bit he always had the hunger and dedication. Just took him a little bit to find his fit.
I just love when you talk to NFL players and every now and then a name will pop up that maybe the general public wouldn't think of immediately and immediately say, now that guy could play.
I think people forget how dominant Chris Samuels was.
Because he was quiet.
He was quiet.
Quiet giant.
Yes. People don't know how good of a running back Stephen Davis was.
It's another good one.
Big bell cow. Like this dude, you talking about power, speed, still had soft hands, could pretty much do everything, anything you need him to do. Ray Brown, baby. All right? Ray Brown played for 93 decades. All right? At the highest level you can possibly play the game. All right? So it's guys out there that I think because they wasn't really sure. Walt Harris.
Okay.
All right? Walt is like, I don't think people bring Walt up in Kona, especially when you talk about Washington, because of all the Champ Baileys and the Dale Greens and the Sun Springs and these guys. Ryan Clark. All right,
Ryan was a very good player.
Yeah, Ryan was. We was mad when they let Ryan go. Like we wanted Ryan to stay. We all us had we were cohesive at the time beyond our years, and I think people forget how good LeVar was for a while.
He was?
Yeah, I think
early on, man, he was like you were saying, Tasmanian devil. Like this guy was all over the place.
Yeah, then you got guys like Big Daddy Wilkerson. Nobody ever brings up.
Oh, Dan Wilkinson.
Yeah, nobody brings up Big Dan Wilkerson. Nobody, Kevin Lockett. Now they done seen two of Lock kids.
Yeah.
His kid playing for Seattle right now, but I played with the daddy Lockett. All right. So Kevin Lockett was one of those guys. So it's so many guys during my time that I played with that I was like, man. These guys, like Antoine Winfield Sr.,
well,
pound for pound, one of the best corners I ever played with. Corey Chave is one of the best safeties I ever played. Like, so I've had the luxury of playing with tons of talented guys, some that got their props, some that easily forgotten because everybody waiting for that new star. So now I know how an entertainer feels today to be an entertainer, because you could be hot today and you could be gone tomorrow.
Be a one-hit wonder in a couple years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how quick it happens, because it's hard to keep people's attention.
Yeah. That's how I knew I felt old, when I caught myself like, man, his daddy was good. And I was like, oh, no.
That's when you know it. Now you done seen generations.
Yes.
All right, you got to realize.
Like Antoine Winfield, like his son is unbelievable. His dad was unbelievable.
Think about this. Me and Hutchinson, Aiden Hutchinson daddy, came out in the same draft. Me, him, and Tanner. All right, Pat Surtain, the second. I played with the first. Like, so it's this second generation.
Yeah.
And some of these guys was in the locker room with us as babies, as good children. I living that dream. That's why they say usually if the daddy is an electrician, it's a good chance the son could be an electrician.
No, it's true.
No, it's just true.
It's like when Tim Hardaway Jr. came out. That's just another example. I was like, Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Yeah.
He's a junior?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I think it's harder for the kids to try to walk in the father's footsteps because they had to deal with their peers, thinking everything is given to them.
And those expectations, man.
They got to deal with their peers. Then they got to deal with the expectation of the father, trying to be better than the father. Yeah. But I love the ones that say, I want to take that challenge.
Yeah.
Because Michael Jordan kid didn't take the challenge.
And isn't there a Michael Jordan Jr.?
I thought all of them was like George Foreman kids. Like
George,
like you walk in the Foreman, you holler George, 7 people turn around.
Exactly right.
Like, how lazy was George Foreman for that?
And he made more money off the grill than anything else.
Yeah, but I'm just asking, like,
all his kids are George.
Every time his wife had a kid, what we gonna name him?
George.
Like, what? Come on, everybody can't be named George.
I think there's a George Foreman grill commercial. The reason why I keep saying this, it's old school. He's like, I can make enough burgers for George.
I'm like, what is this?
And I think he has like a daughter named Georgette or something. It's crazy.
Georgina,
yeah, something like that.
People on earth. Some of our names, some of our grandparents' names, parents' names, and our names have timed out. All right, they timed out. I should not be talking to a 19-year-old person. My name is old, too. I just want to say that. Frederick, third person on earth.
Classic.
Classic, old, same thing. Right? You shouldn't be naming a 1-year-old Gertrude.
Agnes.
You shouldn't name them after the granddaddy name is through.
Yeah.
It's finished. I shouldn't be meeting young people having to tote that old legacy.
Right.
No, you can't do it anymore. Like we can't do it. Just name them like Elon Musk do X396 or something. Just do not continue to name them.
I feel like there has to be a middle ground here. Guys, have you heard about SeatGeek?
I have.
Come on. The 2024 season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all of the action and make it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all of the touchdown celebrations this season. Doesn't matter if you're buying or selling tickets to Commanders football games or any other live event in D.C., SeatGeek is the place to do it. You can buy tickets for George, George,
and the other George.
And the other George. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders, the most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. Back to the voicemails we go.
Yes.
How does the jingle go, Anna? Do you remember it?
703-726-7419.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little
they
toned
don't sing
down.
it. They don't sing in Colorado either.
I wasn't given that gift. I can sing. I just can't sing well. All right. We ready for our first one?
All right.
Let's hear
All
it.
right. Oh, hold on. Let me get this.
Jenks, Smoot, what's up? This is C. Michael Henson, long-time Washington Commander, Washington football team, Washington Redskins fan. I've been a fan since 1982 when I was 8 years old. And back then, I remember every time the Diesel, John Riggins, would make a play, somebody would play that Diesel horn in the stadium. There'll be that Diesel horn sound in the stadium every time John Riggins will make a play. Yesterday, Fred Smoot, I know you was in the stadium because you was right in front of me waving that flag. Yesterday, I could have sworn I heard that same sound every time we made a touchdown. Tell me, Fred Smoot, am I crazy? Did you hear that same sound too? What's going on with that? You got some inside information? Let me know.
I don't know if I heard that sound, but I am crazy. But now that I think about it, when we do let off the cannon when we score, right?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know if I heard the horn because I know what horn he's talking about.
Yes.
There's the Riggo horn, which is good. That's why I've been trying to get one half of the stadium to say Lou and the other one to say Voo. We got to get these things going. I don't know if I heard the horns. Did you hear it, G?
I didn't hear it. Like, I haven't heard it, but
Yeah.
then
That's
again,
a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. What?
Like, revive
Also,
it.
I mentioned this on the radio.
Yeah.
When you were waving the flag, did
Yeah.
you hear a smooth?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. You know what? It's nothing like that. You want to talk about euphoria?
I was like, I know why Smoot's on the field waving that flag. He's got to hear smooth.
Listen, it ain't nothing. That's how I got addicted to it playing football. Like, I would make a play, and you got like 80,000 people saying your name at one time. You could feel it under the ground. The ground is starting to shake. It sends trembles through your body. Your senses are, and now you want it more. I need to hear it again. So I got to make a play again and again and again. It let me know how the gladiators feel. So when they do this, ooh, I'm like, are you not entertained? Are you not? It's different, Jenks. Imagine.
I believe it.
Imagine getting a pick against the Steelers, running it, and all you hear is Jenks, and you can feel it. The ground starting to
Oh,
shake.
man. Here's what I feel. Yes, so while the entire crowd was yelling smooth as I was leaving yesterday, and I'm walking the sidewalk, I hear a fan go, hey, hey. And I keep walking because I don't know if he's talking to me, and I hear, that's that guy. It's that guy. Oh, man. He turns to his friends. He goes, oh, yeah, he used to work at NBC Sports Washington.
Yeah.
And I kept walking. I didn't really feel the rumble in my body.
I understand. That was.
I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it.
Two different crowds.
Two different crowds.
Then that
I was
crowd
like,
was
that's exactly
already.
what Smoot's
That
talking
guy.
about.
It was after the game. And by the way, thank y'all at the tailgate.
You had a few shots of Fireball.
Yeah, they made me take the fireball.
Had to.
It must be luck because we won. Right? They
Now
made
you
me-
got to keep doing it.
Hey, listen, when we do the tailgate thing, I enjoy getting with the people, enjoying the people, and bringing the light. It's so fun. It's so fun.
And you do. Now we're going to talk about something that is going to get you riled up. Are we going to talk about the Yoffs?
The Yoffs. The Yoffs. A fan left a message about the Yoffs. Fred, I'm sorry. I have to use the verbiage. I think it's
I can't
funny.
take the verbiage.
Everybody keeps shortening words and it's driving
I
Fred
don't
crazy.
let my kids shorten words. Say the whole
The
word.
Yoffs.
The Yoffs. It was also easier to type in.
I don't even know what the Yoffs is.
We ready?
Yeah.
Fred and Jenks, man, what's up? This DH down in Waldorf. Listen, man, Fred, I've been a fan of you a long time. I remember a couple years ago when you was talking about we should bring home Russell Wilson. Bring home Russell Wilson out the cash burn, baby. He'll be the quarterback to lead us into the future. And then we ended up with Sam Howell. But it's no worries. Hey, guys, I just want to know, do you think we still will make the playoffs? We've lost too many games.
I love
Are we
this
going to
guy.
be able to finish it out? I don't know. Let me know. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Hey,
Love
that
that
guy can come for our job.
Yes, he can.
That guy got skills.
He has the energy and the charisma.
And did you think his Fred Smoot was?
He was pretty good. I was like, that's a pretty good
You
Smoot.
enjoyed it right there.
Russell Wilson. I was like, yeah.
I was calling for Russell one night. Hey, listen, the Reverend Russell Wilson has been balling out. He threw for 400.
Hey, second highest single game passing total in his career. 414.
This is what I'm telling you. Like, he unlocked something with them. Sometimes it ain't the player, it's where you playing. Mm-hmm. All right, and Denver don't feel like it was ever, maybe it's the food in Colorado. I don't know what it was, but
Okay.
Denver never felt like it made Russell home. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It felt like it was an arranged marriage. It felt like it was an arranged marriage where he just never got comfortable.
He didn't get comfortable. He and Sean Payton were not the mix that needed to happen for him to be successful. It's just, it wasn't going to happen. They never liked each other from the start. And I'm not putting it all on coach or on the player, but it just wasn't the right combination.
No, you're right about that. But I'm with the last guess. I enjoyed that one.
Give us a call on the house phone, 703-726-7419. Now, I know a lot of you, I'm sorry I did not mention this earlier. Anna is going to tell the story. Yes, it is going to happen. You can tell it now or later.
I will tell it now.
Okay? Here we go.
I'm going to preface, maybe I'm going to call it the alleged story. I don't want to get in trouble.
If it happened, it happened.
If it happened, it happened. All I will say is this. When I was trying to vet this story, I did find similar situations at additional locations. So it's not entirely false story.
I got a
if it
feeling
is.
she about to the bus.
I'm about to tell a terrible story.
Anna, the people have asked
Okay.
for it. Let's hear it.
And if, in the off chance that this is not approved, we're going to just bleep out everything I say, and you'll get to watch Fred and Jenks' reactions on the YouTube version. Okay? So, in high school, I had an English teacher. And when he was in college, every single weekend, he would drive up to Fort Collins, Colorado, pick up a 50-cent bean burrito, and go and visit his girlfriend.
It's already starting off kind of strange.
So
Drive all that way for
he
50-cent burrito?
every single week would do this until probably a few months later, he turned on the news. And it turns out at that location, somebody had been pooping in the refried bean.
And it looks the same.
Oh, God.
It looks the same. Like, that's death. See, I thought
At least he only paid 50 cents for it.
Listen. I didn't know it was going there.
I didn't either.
I thought if the poop was coming after the.
Well, I'm sure both happened.
So did he eat in and had the poop?
An employee, a rogue employee who was not happy at the
We
time.
always had these stories of these rogue employees.
it's always
that go to the system.
And his poor girlfriend.
Poor girlfriend, poor him. And the crazy thing is, this isn't even like the only place it's happened. I was researching. This has happened at several locations.
So should we be more upset and rattled by the fact that multiple people, employees, have done this? At what point do you say, you know what? I hate everybody. I even hate the bosses. I hate the managers.
Mm-hmm.
I even hate the people buying the food. So guess what I'm finna go do, Jenks? I'm finna go eat 3 of these burritos.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go to the bathroom,
Oh,
now here go the question too. I'm saying,
You thought your story was bad, Anna.
No, I'm
Fred
just
will
saying,
now take us step by step.
yeah, because I
Through
want
how
to
this
know.
happened.
I don't need to be
I want to
walked.
know the analytics.
I don't
I
need
want to know
I know enough.
Did he bring it from the bathroom and reincorporate it? Or did he just do it in the
That's
kitchen?
foul. I don't know.
Amazon Web Services says there's a 37% chance he did it in the bathroom.
I'm just saying, man. Analytics. I want to know. I'm never blown away about what happens.
Right.
It's the process.
I'll try to make people feel better about it. The way I feel is this: people are disgruntled all of the time. There's a
All
lot
the
of
time,
angry
all the
people,
time.
and they work in the restaurant. Not all angry people work in the restaurant industry. I'm just saying that if you are a disgruntled person and you work in that industry, it doesn't matter what chain you're at. If you're upset about something, you can spit in a food. You can do God knows what. This is not specific. Now it's specific to Anna's.
Yeah.
That's in the mountains.
Yeah.
But what I'm
In
saying
Fort
is,
Collins, they're not in the mountains.
it ain't you got to worry about. It's the people you hire. Me as a business owner, it's the people you hire. And guess what? Everybody don't have a happy Monday.
Not everybody has a Victory Monday.
Everybody don't have. All right. Do you know what the Friday after Thanksgiving is called?
Black Friday.
Brown Friday.
What?
Oh my God.
No.
It's the busiest day for plumbers in America. Brown Friday. Like plumbers make triple the amount of money on Brown Friday than they do the whole entire
Where
year.
did you find
This story has changed my life.
No, it's a
worse.
fact.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's a fact. Like, look it up. Come on. I geek out all the time.
All right, let's
know,
geek
this
out.
is
I
your
just want to
geek
say this
out.
is what you need to do. If you go to it depends on the person, right? So let's say you go to right?
Yeah.
And you're getting your bag from the drive-thru, and the person says, 3 bean burritos. You're like,
Never again.
yeah. Like, nope.
They
Just
got
look
my
at-
dad
look
on
at
the Cadillac
look at
like
eyes.
that
Look at the
years
eyes.
ago.
The eyes will tell you. Okay, now that we've talked about black and brown Friday, thank you, Anna. It's got a lot worse than I could have ever imagined. Let's geek out here on the show. Smooth.
I just want you to see this so you know it's true.
I just want you guys to know this is a picture of a toilet with a plunger in it.
Brown Friday. All right. Brown Friday. So
I mean,
This is such a gross get loud, and I just want to apologize to everyone that you had to hear this story.
these are such human
But you
things.
all commented so much that I couldn't not tell it.
No, I would say that this is human.
do you?
No.
Okay.
And not since that story. That's
I'm
why
not
I
gonna
was
stop
afraid.
you.
I'll
for that.
still eat it.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
most definitely. Geek out. All right, check this out. January 25th, 2025, you can be able to look in the sky. You know I'm a sky gazer.
Oh,
I love to
that.
look in the sky. You could be able to see all the planets lined up. Every last one of them. January 25th, 2025, less than 60 days away.
I'm putting that on the calendar.
You have to, all right? Because if you don't, then you're not a smart person, all right? Everybody always say, why ain't we going to Mars? I always felt like Venus was our twin. Neither is Mars, all right? Mars don't got an atmosphere, don't got a magnetic field, don't got all the things we need, don't got tectonic plate movement in it. It ain't got a lot of stuff.
Wouldn't you
But-
just burn up if you went to Venus?
Yeah, you're right about that. But how long do you think a day on Venus is compared to Earth?
I don't know this answer. Is it super short?
Longer than you think.
Okay.
One day on Venus is longer than an Earth year.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God, just the opposite.
It's so close. It's closer to the sun than we are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That makes
most
sense.
Definitely. So it makes it, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Some good ones.
Yeah, I just try to make sure it's right. And I'm glad I corrected 3 words that people thought were different than they are.
Please use those words
Correctly.
and in a novel manner.
Yeah.
Let's shout out to Kayla.
Yeah.
Use that word
all
earlier
the
today.
bums in the world.
Well, that's it here for the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek.
It got nasty.
It got nasty.
Filthy.
Yeah. Just like the Commanders' defense, the Commanders' offensive line, just nasty.
Just like them wild boars.
Yeah.
Just like them wild boars.
What did you expect?
They shot a wild boar in North Carolina that was almost a ton. Huge.
Was this recent?
It was like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Like a 12-year-old boy did it.
Oh, really?
Hunting with his daddy. Oh, man. Boy size of a truck. Sam Cosby.
And that's a Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek. Enjoy the bye week. See you next time.